top half, depending on how you want to do it. We're going to basically leave the tops alone so that is going to be where the butt sights are. And so we want to actually
all right, give me a quick warm-up game, man.
Focus to the top. And so basically the bottom third or, you know, half of the plant, we want to basically trim it up and take all of that stuff underneath it and get rid of that. That's going to allow more airflow in the bottom of the canopy, which is going to be great for the roots. That's going to cut down the worries that we have to worry about as far as the pest. We haven't had any of those issues so far, but we want to be preventative and make sure we continue that. But also, the main focus is we want the plant to maximize the THC producing part of it, which is the top sites and the buds. And so by trimming up the plant, that's exactly what we forced it to do. So now the footage that you're seeing here is the footage after the trim. You can see that they look a lot different. You can see here that we have all the undergrowth actually taken off of the plant. It doesn't have to worry about trying to push energy to those parts that we don't want. Now it's pushing all the energy to the top sites. The one Skittles that was in the front that was growing differently than the other Skittles, I actually had that one still in veg, and we're going to veg that one a little bit more. So the next step we have to do is we have to put up our scrogglenet, which stands for Sea of Green. This is something that I definitely would have done before now, but like I said, I thought I was moving, and so I didn't do it. So we kind of got to play catch up. If you look at the top right plant, that is actually the wedding cake. You see that it's massive. It's going, you know, it's towering.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Coming up, we've got what should prove
standing tall above the rest of them as well. We're going to have to take care of that. But before we get to all of that, what I'm doing first is I'm doing leaf stripping. And if you don't know what that is, leaf stripping is whenever we're going to get rid of all those big fan leaves. We're going to keep the little fan leaves, but we're going to get rid of all those big fan leaves. But once again, we're forcing the plant to push all of this energy into those top sites. So what you see me doing here now is I'm actually doing some leaf stripping, and I'm taking off all of those big fan leaves. You guys know that I'm a first-time grower, so this is my first time doing all of this stuff. Figuring out your own technique and how you want to do everything is going to be up to you. I'm doing it for myself, but you got to do it if you want to get the maximum yield and growth.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Dallas Cowboys. Brett Maher has this one teed up, and we are underway here at AT&T Stadium. Pulls it in at the 13. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. They'll start on the ground, ETN, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage. Big article in the paper this morning talking about how they wanted to get chunk plays in the run game. Well, early on, there's a good one.
There is, and for guys on defense, they've got to remember the old adage. You've got to meet force with force, and if you don't, you get run over, as they did on that last play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Lawrence finds his tight end Ingram. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Everything's looking great. The canopy, for the most part, is looking pretty easy. This is my first time ever doing a squad net, so
back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. ETN up the middle. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Jaguars!
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
the side of the plants and the back of the plants. It made it a lot easier trying to get in there as well. Instead of going underneath the square, I just unzipped it and went on the side and moved it back. Check it out. So now let me show you what they look like the day after the trim. This is December the 16th, the day after the trim. Check out how the plants look like. They look just good.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Take a good dab here, baby.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Let's just sit here and enjoy some of this footage for a second.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Elliott. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Open man is Noah Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott over the middle, complete. That's Elliott. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott from 13 yards out. And the Cowboys are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw just a little bit more.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Lawrence. And his throw is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
On 2nd down, a run with ETN. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Lawrence on 3rd down. And Ingram holds it in. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Straight ahead, ETN. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Lawrence. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 30. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. In motion comes the tight end left. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. A handoff for ETN. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as
he's got a man, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Takes it at the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. The opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
From the pistol, here's Elliott. And he's got some space here.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Throwing, Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. On 4th down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. The kick by Maher is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They knew they had their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Open man right side is Ingram. Oh, he's got a little daylight. A big play there on the catch and run. 74 yards. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as they have taken the lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They go to Elliott again. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Cowboys! And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Moore now to add the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They go play action now. Lawrence. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Dallas, Texas is the spot. Third quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. Finding room in midfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 37 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with ETN. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They go play action with Lawrence. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, we all know possessions are crucial in a tie game, and let's face it, I really didn't need to tell you that. You already knew it. So when he sees he's got nothing good going, an excellent decision to just send that one to the sideline.
Throw left side complete. That's Jones. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Tackled there by Rayshon Jenkins.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Elliott going to get it again on second down. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
Overflow path. That's it. That's all we do. Same setup over there. Air source splits both.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Gonna run again here with Pollard. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Short game, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely, this defense are saying go right ahead with those.
Blaze up this duty.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
All right, coach. We got one fired up, baby.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Prescott. Open man layup. It's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A gain of 32 that time.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Prescott.
Ooh, good D, good D.
And the Jags are going to get the football back at their own 17. And we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
And he'll be taken down as that'll net him only about a gain of 9. 95 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
All right, coach. Going overtime there, David.
4 quarters not enough. We're all even into overtime.
Good game.
So the Jaguars going to get possession of the football first here in this overtime session as the kick is away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
Well, we should have played smart ball. Good play, boy.
They're pretty much ideal. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big men and 5 big goals.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 2nd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
2nd down and 5.
In motion right is Jones.
Here's a give to Etienne. And space tough to come by there. So we get maybe a yard to the 37. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And able to find Kirk complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's.
Catch that shit.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Now Lawrence.
Blitz coming and down he goes.
Damone Clark from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Good
And
team.
that is
Good team.
incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Logan Cook now. And for a very important punt here in overtime. This is taken at the 18.
And good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return.
And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points. And now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now what can Prescott do in the OT? It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
Trayvon Walker makes the tackle. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Here's Dak. That is caught by Lamb. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have done anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Now a timeout called for by the defense.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
In any yardage game, there's really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
They'll try again with Elliott. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. All right, well, they didn't kick it on 2nd down, now 3rd and goal. You have to kick it here.
Absolutely have to kick it, because if you get a bad snap, you fall on it, you got a chance to kick it again on 4th down. Let's say it gets blocked and it's behind the line of scrimmage. You fall on it, you get another chance at it. Give yourself that option. Give yourself that
motherfucking beat.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
So it all rests now on the right foot of Brett Maher. This to win it in overtime.
Good game,
And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And it'll be a good time in Big D tonight. The Cowboys have won it.
Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf, and today that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
The first transfer into these blocks, and as you know, these blocks start at 5.3. or they start really low. So you pH of a 5.3 because they actually pH high. So by pHing at 5.3, it'll adjust off, which it did. So by pre-adjusting it to 5.3, it made it to 5.7, 5.8-ish. Then we fed the plants. That's what it came back at. Readjusted pH to 5.9. We came in here 3 times in the whole week. That's it. So Thursday we came in the very second day we showed you, just to check the nutrients, and then we came back Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. About 3 days later on day 6, which was actually yesterday. I did come in here day 4. You guys just saw that little video, but it was just a quick tutorial. I didn't do anything. Then yeah, we actually added some Nitro Boost yesterday. Nitrogen Boost, and I'm honestly going to attribute that to most of the growth that we've seen since the day 4 video, especially with these notes, y'all. Because she was looking very sparse, and then just from adding the Nitrogen Boost, you can see these giant fan leaves took off, and some of the fan leaves on all the other flowers too kind of picked up really nice. So we fed them the Nitro Boost. Now yesterday was day 7, week 1 veg. Again, I just wanted to make sure that the nutrients are at proper levels, and today is day 1. Week 1 flower, and hasn't started yet because I just got in here. So I'm actually going to bloom these guys. Primarily, usually I would wait until maybe they're a little bit bigger, but they got quite overgrown last time, and I'm going to be out of town for a good portion of this grow, like always. And I want to make sure that they're not going to get overcrowded. So I'm going to come in here. I'm not going to change the nutrients too. That's another thing. The nutrients stay the same from the first 3 weeks of flower. Now, maybe mid-week 1, we're going to change it because I did just add this Nitrogen Boost because I wanted to pick up in size a little bit. But it takes about a week or 2 for them to transition into bloom anyways and really understand that, hey, we're flowering. So in the meantime, we're going to be giving them some extra nitrogen so that they can still continue to grow and flourish their foliage. But yeah, so we're going to get in here and we're going to take off, not this one, but most of the smaller crap that we don't need as we're prepping for flower. And then, yeah, I'm going to see what the res level's at. See, this res is pretty full already, so they're really top it off. I'll check her nutrients. See, the left res is 1340, 6.1. That's not bad, 1340, 6.1. Okay, so that's an interesting fact. You can see that yesterday they were at 1490, 6.3, and now it's 1340, 6.1, which means that there's less nutrients in the tank now than there were yesterday, which means these babies were hungry and they were eating the nutrients. Yum, yum, yum. So that's another way to keep track. If the nutrients are lower, that means the plants are eating the nutrients. If the nutrients raise, then the plants need more water. But the majority of the time you're going to see the nutrients raise because people use too many nutrients when they farm. Salt farmers, so less is best. Again, if you notice, our mains, our A's and B's, we recommend this at 8. I always cut my mains in half. So, boom. Okay, man. Okay, it is officially day 4, week 1 bloom. So you can see everybody has really picked up. Funniest thing is that we waited to bloom them until this girl stood up. You remember she had those really 3 small little nodes right down there. Now that she stood up, hey, she's bigger than everybody else. It's kind of ironic how that works sometimes, to where she was really just waiting for what I would assume probably just those last tap roots to put on their second root sets to where they can start taking up the nutrients that we were giving them. Let me go underneath this because it's a little annoying to see with all the trellis. So you got our bleed gold. The pink bin is very obvious, the bleed gold versus the pink bin. The bleed gold has such a dense canopy, and the pink bin is a little bit more sparse. And then of course we got a Walter right here, Granddaddy OG, and then 2 Walters on the side over there. But they're looking beautiful. So what we are going to want to do is bend her, kind of like how we bent her. And then maybe even her as well, the center one right here. So we have this first layer of trellis. You can see we have them hung up right here, 1, 2, 3. So the first